welcome.
Thank you.
To the Tribe Table.
Thanks for having us.
We're really excited. So Tribe of Women is our organization, and we build cultures of women supporting women and more good men. And the ultimate goal is Tribe of Human. So Bentonville Film Festival is obviously very complimentary with us. And it's really awesome because, you know, it started with women in film, and then it evolved to diversity and inclusion, and then it evolved to all kinds of inclusion. So we're really expanding that definition, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So you all have a film here.
We do.
Yeah.
So it is When Jeff Tried
Yes.
to Save the World.
Oh,
That was making me nervous.
people
for a
do
second.
not always get that. That is great.
Man,
The best part of that title is tried.
Yeah.
Yes.
you got it,
And
nailed
I
it.
kind of am
Yeah.
sensing that there's an impending disaster. And not just because of Jeff, even though there might be part of the story going on there. So,
Yeah.
awesome film. So why is it here at Bentonville Film Festival?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's-
Well, the programmers actually came to us and said, you know, you should check out this festival, you should submit. We think it'd be a great fit, and so we did, and they liked it, which is awesome. You know, like you said, Bentonville's championing inclusion in film, so it's really important to me to be here. It's quite an honor to all of us, I think, but like that they're supporting in such a strong way too, like sending me to interviews and stuff, and like you know, showcasing our film in prime time. Like they're supporting a young female filmmaker like myself. I think it's really awesome, and we need more places like that.
So tell everybody your role in the filmmaking process.
Yeah. So I wrote and directed the film.
Uh-huh.
I'm one of the producers.
Also one of the producers.
Excellent.
I also produced. And then
about 12 other things.
yes,
Yeah.
and our
Co-edited.
star actually, Jon Heder, plays Jeff. Just took off for the airport, but I know he'd be here, and he's a very, very supportive part of the team, and a very supportive part of me as well. So
Good,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, and Jon is probably best known for his role in Napoleon Dynamite,
Yeah.
even though I know he's much broader body of work than that.
yeah,
But that's awesome.
Yeah.
You've got to have those champions behind you, right, to get it done.
yeah.
So that's great. You guys had a great blue carpet crew of people. We were kind of on the end, and we were like, it's the end, and we'll just let you do what you do. But you guys have had a good reception here.
Yeah, we have. We sold out both screenings,
Good.
and people seem to really like it, so makes us happy. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the story.
Yeah, so When Jeff Tried to Save the World follows Jeff, the manager of a bowling alley who tries to save it from going out of business when he discovers that the owner is planning to sell it to a corporation so they can turn it into a strip mall or something irrelevant, you know?
Right.
Something way more modern than this community-loved vintage retro bowling alley. And Jeff is just very stuck in his comfortable life as is. He has a very routine schedule laid out. He's the first person to arrive to work every day, the last person to leave. He takes very good care of the place, and then when the carpet is ripped out from under him, he's forced to, you know, decide if he's going to face this change or fight it. And so that's sort of his journey of discovery and growing as a person and learning to embrace change.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
what is your favorite? So what I love is that you wrote it, you're a woman, and you're writing a man's part.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really awesome because
Thanks.
a lot of the conversations that are going on are about women writing women's roles because, you know, that's how we see the world.
Yeah.
And you wrote your protagonist, your hero, as a man.
Yeah.
So what was your process? What were you thinking?
Yeah, well, I co-wrote it.
thinking?
Yeah,
Not like
what
that.
was I thinking? I'm an idiot.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, I co-wrote the film with my writing partner, Rachel Borgo, who's based in Chicago, which is where I'm from. We went to middle school and high school together, and we were writing this movie while we were in college, like across the country from one another. So we were Skyping and writing this for like 2 years. And, you know, I don't know if there was ever like a specific point where we were like, let's make this character a dude. I think it just sort of happened, and we didn't question it because I am a fan of diversity on screen, and I think it's important. And my next movie is going to showcase a woman above the age of 50 in the lead role, which is, you know, great. But I'm also not like, I don't focus my story on that. It's just like whatever is best for the story. Yeah. And I just thought that this worked, and Yeah, when we were writing it, I was like, it's funny how they say write what you know, but I felt like there was a little bit of writing what we didn't know because I didn't know a lot about bowling. It was just the fact that I was interested in the bowling alley as a location. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I really
okay.
didn't. And then, we wrote for a 30-year-old dude, and like it was like we were 19 at the time, and it was like, how are we doing this? And I don't know. I think it was because there were these human connections and these just universal themes that I could relate to, even with my age and my gender, that a 30-year-old guy can also relate to. And I just think that helped me and boosted my confidence. And we're writing a story that's more just about like humanity than it is about a guy that works at a bowling alley.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I hope that's, ultimately, because these conversations are happening, hopefully we can all arrive at that place where it's just best for the story, and we're just people, and it'll be awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's equally important, in the spectrum of, like women in film, right? It's really important to have women's stories out there, and there are some really amazing, obviously, ones that are happening right now. But it's also like, it shouldn't even be a thing, right?
Yeah.
But it is now, and that's why it's
It
important.
is.
It's
It's a thing until it's not a thing.
Right.
Exactly.
I've been going around the festival saying that the whole time. Like, I think it's amazing what Bentonville is doing, and Bentonville's a big step in sort of getting to the point where we don't need to be celebrating that it's women anymore or people of color. I think it's just like, let's get to the point. It's 2018. Let's get to the point where it's just like good films done by whoever does it. Like, that's exciting, and we'll celebrate everyone, not just like, oh, women are coming forward.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just writer-director, not female writer-director.
Totally.
Right.
Exactly.
And then we all of a sudden start to realize that the best ideas come from, different perspectives, interacting and aligning and colliding. Like, that's how you get good art.
Well, and it's the whole person perspective too, right? It's intersectional feminism is we talk a lot about it because of it's the layers of who a person is, and feminism being for men and women. Obviously, if we have choices, then you have choices too. We can go to work, you can stay home, whatever. It's all good.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the intersectionalism of that being like, how can we take the whole person into account and bring us there?
Yeah. Our crew was 60%?
I think so.
Female, and it's just because they were the best people for the job, really.
Yeah. So there wasn't. It was not the intentionality of it. It was finding good people. The challenge, of course, in the industry is that there aren't as many women, and so sometimes you do have to make an intentional effort. But you're young, and sorry to point that out.
No, it's okay. It's obvious.
It's a good thing.
I look the same as I did when I was 8 years old. So,
well, congratulations. Hopefully, the same.
I really hope it stays like that.
Yeah. Well, so I guess that's a question. So you all are young, are kind of like the next generation of filmmakers, and so you are doing this kind of just naturally of bringing in the best people for the job and doing the story because it's the story. Do you see the industry heading that direction, led by you?
Ideally, yeah. I think it's right now becoming much more, democratized, or whatever the equivalent is, But like, there's so many more people who are able to get experience because the technology curve, is becoming cheaper and everything. And we just, we have so many options of people who are, there's a big network at your school at Chapman, of not people who are students there, but people who have gone there, and it's really cool how many extremely talented people came out of there
and want to help each other.
Exactly. And the network, it's just it's really cool.
That's why I loved that school, is because there's always a little bit of competitiveness with film students, but I found that it was mainly you help me, I'll help you, we'll work together, and we'll continue to do so. And that's where I met all of my biggest collaborators besides you. I didn't meet you there. I did meet Jimmy there. He didn't go to school there, but he was a part of a film that I made there. So yeah.
And it's similar in Chicago too. That I'm in the Chicago world, and it's everybody is on the same overall mission, even if we all have our own things. It's the only way to really
There's a great term called co-opetition. My background is in business and entrepreneurship. And that was one of the things when coaching businesses is that concept of collaboration and kind of not removing competition, because there's healthy competition like in sports, but co-opetition, like we have to build it in order for there to be anything to divide up. If we're constantly competing, then there's like nothing there to compete over. And so that's always an interesting, because we talk about mean girl culture and we talk about women supporting each other a lot, and competition comes up a lot, and I call it the new C word, but and feminism is the F word, so there we go. So now you know everything about us. You know what it's like at the office.
That's great.
But that competition, so I just love the sense of collaboration and as a whole, as people collaborating and just saying, this is what I bring to the table, this is what you bring to the table, let's bring it together, and it's not kind of egos aside kind of thing.
Exactly. Well, and the parallel with sports teams is like, what a lot of people don't realize is like when two sports teams compete vigorously against each other, both teams benefit. Like both people get a lot of money. So like if people translate that to their own work and lives, like you guys can, it's not competing, like you can be doing different things, and still benefit.
Sometimes I need to unplug. Sometimes I've got to reboot. Sometimes I just want to sleep. But I always want to connect with you. Get into Brew Moods, aromatherapy lotions powered by a mindfulness app.